Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Sky 35 Gaming. It's that time of month again. It feels like it was just yesterday. I was planning on doing something else this week, but I got a video games monthly in, so let's do that. So I've already took it out. I don't like to fumble with it on while doing this, just not fun. But let's see if we can continue with one-ups. So right on top, we got the card, and not only do I got a one-up, I have a two-up. And I've given my thoughts on this where I really think I do the 3 games, and I really think you pay more per game at 3 than you would any other level. The more games you get, the lesser per game it is. But they try to get to that value as best as they can. So it feels like they throw in extra games to get to there. And I'm not mad at that. I'm okay with that. And, this feels like, oh, we got a sticker, which I'm glad. That'll go on my little sticker wall. I'm not a big Mario person, so I forget what the turtles, they might be just called turtles. You could tell me. I know that's sacrilege, but I am 53, so when that came around, I was Sega, PlayStation. I had a Nintendo, but I was more into with Nintendo. Zelda. My Nintendo came with the Zelda, and I got into sports games and action games. And I wasn't more. I thought the Mario was a little kiddie, so I would have in senior in high school to college and all that, and I got into Sega rather quickly. So the first game, I knew it was in a jewel case, and I knew it wasn't. This is because it's a loose game, and very rarely do I get loose games from them. It's been really good, but I can't at the, when I do get one, it's not a big deal. There's places to get repro cases online. So people make a big deal about it, but, as long as the game plays and it's fun, yes. Do I rather have a one? Yes. But I want the games, right? Enter Matrix. I'm a Matrix fan of the movies, especially the first one. The rest are kind of, to me, long-winded and just kind of to make money. There's always good scenes, but I think the first one was the best one, of course. I've never played any of the games. I've seen footage of some of the games, and if I'm not wrong, I think they're like shooter games, in which I would love. I love shooter games. It's made by Atari, which I did not know. Atari, for a company that lost their console war, has really stuck around and really they've been in the games for, arcade games to, stuff you probably don't, know. And now they're coming back with, trying to get back into consoles and living off of their vintage life. I got to give it to them. They stuck around in some form or another. But the one thing I do check when they do come loose like this is, this hasn't even been resurfaced. It's clean as all get out. So I do like it when they send it in, at least have it in a jewel case or something like this. So I will put this into my games, but I'll make a note and probably try to get a repro box or I'm not that, and that's fine with me. And I'll make sure I know it's a repro. So, you always like to have manuals if they have manuals, and I keep an eye out for some of the games I don't have manuals for, like everybody else. But that's one that I'm interested in playing. So I'm really glad. Okay, Xbox One. I didn't. So they go to Xbox One on Games Monthly, and I couldn't remember if they did or not. Video Games Monthly, VGM with Floyd. Uh, but this is Fallout 4. I thought I had this, but I might have not have marked it. Sometimes I miss things. You know, we always mix stuff, and this has Fallout 3 included, which is cool. I would imagine it's probably a download. It's got all the stuff, including the map. So this map will probably get framed. I love the frames. Yeah, it's got a download code, which has most likely been used. So it's probably just Fallout 4 without Fallout 3 on it. But yeah, this is awesome. I don't know if I've been picking up some of the Fallout games. Again, never played them. I was never really big in the Fallout series. Trying to change some of that with my playing habits. I just fall right back into playing a lot of shooter games, a lot of action. They keep my attention. Okay, this is not bad. This has got everything. Assassin's Creed Revelations, which I know I have, but not for 360. The box is broken, where you push down to clamp it. But I'm not mad at that either. I could always switch out boxes, buy a really cheap game, which Assassin's Creed is not. Most Assassin's Creed games are like less than $5, I think. So because they were just so mass produced. But yeah, I actually like this game. I know this wasn't a favorite some of it. This is Signature Edition, so this will probably have all the DLC on it as well. But I have this for PlayStation 3. I don't have it on Xbox 360. And this is a game that I'm trying to get as many copies, all of them. I am looking for one DS game that I don't have at all. It's only on the DS. It's the first game on the DS, and I'm trying to find it in the wild. I can find it online. It's just like on the wild. I'm going to 2 game cons here in June and July, and I'm hoping to find it there. There's 2 games. I have Wet on the 360, but I'd rather have the PS3 and like to get it complete. I have it on the 360, but not. And that's just because of the voice acting in that. Crisis 2, another shooter. Well, just has everything again. Platinum edition, which I usually try to get the normal ones, but the platinums, the reason why they're so good is 9 times out of 10, they'll have all the downloads, the games already been fixed, all the patches, all the great stuff is on there, and another game I'm excited to play. Man, this has been a really good box. Really good box. And then my last game, again, I have a 3 game, and this is another one that's in a case. So this is good. And again, I have Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. What else I have on there? I took off the DS. I have PSP on there. I know, they ask a question, would you rather have them CIB or whatever? And I did click that. So I'm wondering if that's why I'm getting more of the newer games, or I don't know. But I don't care. I'm a gamer at heart. I play games. I don't really care the other. If it's a good game, I don't care what generation it is from. Okay, this is probably why they had to add a couple of more games, unless this is a secret, like at the end of the cycle. And this is a little disappointing. It's not complete when it's something like this, because it's the only reason why you would have it in your collection. High Roller Casino. And little tidbit, back in my young days, me and my friends were planning on going to Atlantic City I did get a gambling game to learn how to gamble, so I didn't look like such a noob in the casino outside of playing blackjack. Uh, I, I was trying to learn craps and, you know, so I can have, and, if it was more to roulette than just putting, which is not, but learning like all the different, bets and all that. Craps is a lot going on. So if you want to learn how to go to a casino and play, these types of games are awesome. You're not losing real money. And it doesn't matter if you look like an idiot playing by yourself. But again, no manual, nothing. I've never seen this game. Original Xbox, which I don't have. I bought the Xbox really late, and I think the prices have come down, and I was like, why not? I had the money to do it. I bought some really fun games for it, but I never like kept buying because right after that was the next generation. I believe I got the 360 pretty quick. So I was into the 360. But what that Xbox did was win me over the PlayStation at the time until the problems with the 360, and then when they came out with X and how they were going to expensive and you couldn't share games and couldn't once you bought the games they were yours, that type of deal. And then they changed all of that, of course, and now you can buy and share games with friends. They went they did a 360 excuse the pun, and to win people back. But it was a little late. And also, I mean, PlayStation has made a lot of leaps in their online because that's why I liked it. The Xbox was so good online. And I like the controllers. I have big hands, so I like the bigger controllers. So I am one that liked the Xbox controller. Weird like that. So there you have it. But yeah, a fun box. Casino was kind of here's your throwaway game, but that's fine. It'll go into the collection. And like I said, I don't have many OG Xbox games. My 360 and Xbox One collection is growing pretty fast from these boxes. I'm really interested in popping this in and playing that on my PS2. And I'm also the Crysis. I've been wanting to really get into that. I already have beaten Assassin's Creed. I love that series. I have not played the first. This last one that's coming out, I haven't bought it. It's hard for me to stomach $70. That is a lot of money for entertainment purpose that you don't really recoup on that. They really, and I think they really need to rethink that. I know what they're trying to do is try to recoup some money on the back end for the price of the systems. Man, $70 for a game. That is, and then what is the Switch 2 is going to be 80. And I'll talk about that. I like to talk about some of this stuff as I'm showing games and stuff. Because I am still pretty ignorant when it comes to specifics and stuff as some of the other YouTubers. I am more enjoying the actual gaming side of it, not so much the specificity of it. And I am for the fun and the enjoyment of it, and sharing that joy with others. And so far, I'm having fun doing this, and it's just a way I love sharing my collections with people. So that's why I do this. But yeah, I try to figure out what between Crysis 2 and Matrix. I'm gonna say Matrix, and Crysis has got me with the box art, and if it's that, y'all tell me. This has been again. My last couple of boxes have been home runs. I must say, I know. Again, If I looked up the value, maybe it'd be short. But I'm if I open it and I'm happy, it doesn't mean anything to me if I get $100 worth of games and I hate the games. What at the end of the day, what does that matter? I that's my issue with games. I collect other things as you see around me. Some of that is different when it comes to different things you collect. But when it comes to games, uh, value means so much different. It means different for me in my collection than most people anyway. But the value for gaming, I want to enjoy the games. Like I said, if the price is $50 over and I don't like the games, that means what? So I could sell them and make money. I don't know. All these stay in my unless it's a dupe. They stay in my collection until I just run out of room, which I figure out things and figure out ways to. Right now, I'm doubling up. I bought some bigger shelves to now I can double up on the shelves if I need to. You know, being in an apartment and small, you always got to figure out. And I collect different things, so I have several collections. And in my game room, I have gaming, Star Wars, and Batman all in there. But man, I love that room, and I do need to do a video for it. But that's my thoughts on this month's box and the value. I know the value is something that a lot of people like to look into, but when you're watching these videos, you can figure out what the value you're interested in. You can pull out, the whatever and look at the prices and see what the value is, or look at it as I do, as like, man, that's a good box. That's games I would like to play. So I have a lot of games, but luckily I don't have a lot of games, right? So there's so many games out there that I want to play. So thank you, Video Games Monthly, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you, and bye-bye.